excited.
Dave's got these two wonderful ladies again today. So, how you ladies doing?
Good, thanks.
Fantastic.
How are you?
Oh, it's beautiful outside, that's for sure.
Here in England it's sunny and the weather is actually cool. It's not too cold. It's not too so very beautiful day. What about Chicago?
Indian summer, pretty much. Yeah, very warm. I was still swimming in Lake Michigan, so every
Mm.
day. I mean,
Fantastic.
I'm the only
Yeah,
one that is
your
swimming.
videos. Oh gosh, they are so beautiful, Oksana. With the
I know.
kids joining
Yeah,
and
thanks.
yeah, the other day I went to Door, which is in the Dorset in the south of England. And it was amazing day. It was a beautiful, beautiful pearl in England. And then we spot a seal. She was
Yeah,
so
I saw that
cute.
video. It's beautiful.
Oh, she was so cute. She was
Right
rallying,
on the
playing with the
sand, this
people.
real seal. I was like,
Yeah,
Mm.
oh,
she
I
was
wish I.
like, the seal from the circus. Like she
Yeah,
used to be with the people. In fact, I was concerned the people touched the. So don't touch, please, because she's there. But she was looking for people. She was curious about dogs. My dog was barking mad. But yes, fantastic. What about New York?
I'm
I
I'm St. Louis. Yeah.
I St. Louis. I thought you was in New York.
No, no.
Okay, so New York.
It's a tough
No.
place to be. I was just looking at New York, and they have some cloning facilities there. And what's happening because one of my friends was saying that she had dreams. One of her daughters had dreams that they're going for her daughter's heart or whatever that was. And I was looking at different
Mm.
facilities how they now figured out how to how to create cyborgs and keep a soul in the lab, but then make a create a energy thread to and take a heart of a human body, right? So and then put the heart into a cyborg. So there's going to be a soul body connection still going on, but the body is replaced with from physical biological into cyborg body. But that's one of the timelines. It's not, going to happen, but New
It could
York
have.
has it all. But imagine all these energies because they're merged together and it's
Hmm.
one place. That's when it feels heavy. Much like Chicago, because there's so much underground activity. I mean, we had four those Blue Angel jets flying like full speed through the sky, four of them in a row, as if they were practicing for something.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
the sound of it, like jets, everybody's scared. What's going on?
It sounds so neat to me, honestly.
Right, right.
We notice in England as well from the army, these very strange helicopters. They look like these big fleas
Mm.
with those. They often they doing exercise. In fact, it's very strange, quite a lot in these days.
Mm.
So something's going on.
Are they black helicopters or are they green?
Yeah,
Black. Hmm.
they look like these fleas, these
Black
parasites.
helicopters, we have them
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
We were I guess we'll start off on we want to start off on the moon. We kind of discussed a little bit.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah.
ladies see going on with this fabulous moon?
I feel like there's still some activity, but I get like 30% of the 100 from what there was. It had the activity there is still there, but they sold out some of the bases to the other races. Some of them were taken, like because they through the contract, because I see a lot of papers and files also, and I don't see it's like completely cleared up or whatever people usually say. I still see some labs where I saw them empty before, but now I see some of the personnel walking around,
Hmm.
and I see humans there.
Like uh, light or dark entities that you're seeing?
They feel like they contracted with some of the other dark ones,
Hmm.
but it's not what it is. They're using their strategy. So imagine your contract to kind of work for them, but in a way you are like a spying on them and trying to figure out how to um, use their technology against them type thing. The same thing they've been doing with humanity for so long. How many scientists provided amazing technologists. If they didn't take it all away from us, we would be here on flying cars and zero energy and growing parts of our body, in minutes. I mean, it's just kind of that's what I feel.
Mm. How do you think the energy is right now on the moon, just in general?
I feel like we are as a collective pushing it out of overall. It's for me, it's like a big headquarters space, like a mothership. The mothership is watching its babies, type thing. And a lot of people are connected to the moon there, and their souls are kept in the pods for energy. And I feel like that's being changed because a lot of people are disconnecting every day from those pods. And like I told you before the session, that my 11-year-old, when she was 10 and 9, she kept telling me, Mom, moon is going to be gone. It doesn't belong here in this universe. So I
Mm,
I feel like we're pushing it out. We're just it's not that we're taking it over and keeping it. I don't feel that.
mm.
It's something's going to change in terms of planetary configuration.
I
Hmm.
see that. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, this is the moon. This is the humans that basically the moon is the only planet close with the Mother Earth, and I think it's the channel. It's like a channel. Yes, it's the only planet that basically all the other beings can channel with us. This is why they don't want other human beings to go to the moon. I mean, officially we know that nobody's there, but we know there are bases. I'm agree with Oksana. There are bases there. This is already a community, and the energy there is crazy. They doing a lot of work and studies. Okay, but
Experiments, yeah.
experiments. But the moon is already as a alive, as a on energy, personality, and in fact. The combination that I had with these two oracles are I don't know if people they can see. This is in the center. I don't understand why people can see the pictures, but
We
I
see
mean,
it.
you
Yeah,
guys,
we
you
see
can
it.
see,
Great.
yeah, you can see
Oh
it,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, fantastic. Okay, these two combination is movement, prosperity, advancement. Is because these energy are so powerful because the moon for me is like a charger, a part
Hmm.
of the charger, energy charger for the planet. Okay, like the sun, but in a different way, in a mystic way, emotionally. This is why the moon is connected with the dreams, when the body is relaxed, and we do the astro trips. Because the moon is basically one, I think we had many lives there as well. What do you think, Oksana? This is why moon is dark, moon is night. Uh,
Yeah.
and
I feel like what popped up right away when you were talking, that when the moon is gonna be turned off, it's like a switch, and then it can be taken out as a spaceship tugged out of the universe. I feel we're not gonna sleep.
Mm,
I
wow.
feel like that's why they turn us off at night. Our bodies get tired because the moon needs energy, because they're running so much technology there. It's all
Hmm.
filled with devices and technology, so it needs to run on power. Power is us. And they also infuse dreams
mm.
into our heads at night, projections, holograms, for us to have those scary dreams. Look at the children, how many scary dreams they have, monsters and all that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because they siphon their energy to the moon. It's like a plug of. to charge it
Yeah.
up at night.
So I get this card, which is the truth. It's possible that I have this pop up in my mind. Is this message I receive? Like she's a library. She
Hmm.
has all the truth. It's like
Files. Yeah.
files, everything. It's like our, when you go to the council to find your documents. I feel
Right.
that there is a
Database.
connection. This is why yes, a database. This is why the slow motion that we was living, we're going to have a very big acceleration. So the acceleration means that the 23rd of October, which is the full moon, apparently is a very powerful moon with the frequencies they rise quite higher, so people put beautiful intentions. If people want to know more, to channel with the moon, do it, because we can receive lot important messages, subliminal messages. In fact, next week, if you guys receive any insights from the moon, I can write down and we can talk next week.
Mm.
Yeah, but wow. I feel definitely many people they should channel the 23rd night with the full moon, because and to keep the optimism, positive feelings, beautiful insights and intentions, because we're going to work.
Right. We can use the moon for our purposes, for the good of humanity, not like it's been
Yes.
used before against
Mhm.
us.
Yeah, and I know there's files up there. I've seen them. So I mean, yeah, yeah. There's
That's how you
it's
disconnect from SSP. You usually go to the moon base. There's some on Mars bases. There's computer room there too. I
hmm
have to pull them out.
yeah, pretty pretty wild stuff there. Uh,
Mhm.
is Are you happy with the moon part for now? Because I think if you really cover more, I don't think the moon's in bad shape compared to what it was.
Mhm.
It This shift has definitely happened, right? I mean, just because there is a few stragglers, I guess you would say.
Mm,
It's it was worse, a year ago for sure.
right.
You both
Yeah, I
agree
mean,
with that?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's differently. As always, we're kind of still in duality. That's why it's still going on back and forth. But I see like we already know the end, like I always say. So I always have this happy feeling um, going through this. It's not what you think. Illusion with an illusion. It's some things are terrible for us when we see others do make mistakes, but for them, it just what they see, what their interface, decodes from this reality, and they base their decisions on that too. So,
Well, if we got time, we'll come back to the sun, but I think I want to go to the children. So what they're saying is they're taking children from the border, like at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, in Texas specifically. They're putting them on a bus. They're taking them to the airport or military airport. They're putting them on a plane and like dispersing these children all over the United States. And I kind of see this. I'm not seeing it as it's the story's being told. I see I see BS. I see psyops. I see this is what was going to happen. I, I'd like to see what you ladies see and think about this.
it's the children that they say from the bases.
No, these are the ones that are crossing the border supposedly. So
Mm,
they're being trafficked across the border.
The
This
border, you mean Mexico?
Yes,
Okay.
coming from Mexico.
Mm.
So they're saying these children are being smuggled over, and during the dark of night, they're being loaded
Yes.
to a bus and then taken to the airport, or I'm not sure what airport they're discussing, but they're tracking these airplanes going all over the United States. Like
Oh
you know.
dear. Even the parents, they sold them. Oh.
Mm,
I feel like they're mostly trying the buses, the kind of earth transportation, because air is now as dangerous for them.
mm,
Because because of the current situation with all this protests and things. But I also know there is this thing, because my kids are very sensitive and they have this dream. They have in these dreams every night about them saving children and telling children the truth and getting their energy bodies free. Therefore, they can manifest their physical bodies being free. So this is gonna be stopped.
Mhm.
Um,
mm.
because they also do experiments on them. They are also for experimental labs. They need it, um, and some other stuff too, because those are it's still those Drago reptilians who are in control of some assets. They're trying
Mm-hmm.
to get get more. That's their reptilian kind of Jacob brain. Get more and conquer more before you even leave.
Yeah.
They are gonna leave, but they're not gonna take what they think they're gonna take. That's what I feel. But I do see ground transportation and ground tunnel system being used, and underground, that kind of like a metro system, like capsules
Mm-hmm.
flying through tunnels. It's like out of this world technology when just zoom through the big tunnel in the air. So that's what I see.
Even though some of it, even though some of them's been taken down, let's say, there's still a few, I
They're
guess you could say,
tracking them.
uh,
They're tracking them. They also they infiltrated the system already, but they acting smart upon this. I feel like there's a lot of smart things happening. Not just like, oh, we discovered you, we're stopping you. Not like that. It's almost like as if they were buying the children, but they're actually good ones who are buying them. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Because you have to expose this somehow, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Then
And then as
Effie.
she's, yeah,
I mean,
asphyxia, yeah,
I saw
she's,
something disturbing here. I mean, what Oksana, as you can see in your, I mean, vision, what is going on with the etheric and the different temporal is true. In the physical experience here, they basically are very poor children. They coming from orphanage or really poor family. In fact, the church is involved. I can see this. Is a part of the church that uh, basically basically gathering all the childrens, okay, and to the families that they can help them, and they offer a new life to the children in the borders, okay. So this is the Samaritan give help to the beggars, so to the family, but everything is just a big deception. This is the liar. Basically all these children there are used as a human traffic for anything, unfortunately. And there are even situations that even babies, they paying for to create babies, and they sell directly to the borders, okay. And don't ask me for what, not only for adoption. And they promise a better life to the families of these children in the orphanage or with the assistance of the government. In
mm,
fact, it's a big huge money business here. And the moon again, which is the things that we don't know. This is in this case, this card is showing um, the things that we don't know, the secrets behind this money, is because these children are used for fun. Unfortunately, sorry to say this, but it's what I can see. You see, these
Yeah.
people are having fun and drinking, the rich people, and then these children are literally
Rituals and
killed,
sex
damaged
offenders.
forever. Even they lose their life with drugs and stuff.
Mhm.
All of this, the only thing I can say, because it's heartbreaking for me, is that the truth will come out. And I know there are many people that are working in order to destroy this ring, this traffic, and people, very powerful people, will be exposed. So we don't have to lose our faith to do that.
And I hate to ask a time, but what time do you both think that this is like going to end with these children? I mean, when is these bad things going to end? You know, because I thought most of it, I was feeling most of it was over, and I know a good majority of it has stopped, but there's still some bad things going on, obviously, which should make
Okay.
people think, what the hell, right?
That's 23.
Yeah, by year 2024, I got this. They're gonna clear the whole universe and take all the human babies that have been taken from, 15 14-year-old girls who given birth and giving them away because they can't support them, and they would take, baby boy and baby girl to produce more and more. They usually
Mhm,
put them on cages on different planets.
mhm.
There's more than 100 planets like Earth who are taken over like prisons, and we're all working together. We just don't see them, but they're doing the same thing we're doing at the same time.
Mm.
So, and
Yeah, I had 23, 24 with the pendulum. That was fantastic. Probably by the end of 23 and 24. What do you think, Oksana?
yeah, I got
Yeah.
24.
Mm,
Yeah, but because I also see the high tech bats coming out at 25, 27, depends generation, second, 25, and but we can also speed it up. Don't just like say, oh, it takes for too long. No, it's not like that. Right now, at this and with this energies we're at, unless we change it, we can
mm.
change it too.
I suggest a spread, energetic spread, yeah, like in a regression session, to a big, massive investigation in all these organizations that they look after just children with the problem, social problem, rebels. In fact, there's the children, all these children, they come from a dysfunctional family. They are always rebellious. Babies, they come from abuse. I really suggest to, because we have, obviously, they need to be transparent because we know history, what it says, especially all the scandals. I don't know if you've heard about this in Jersey, in England, thousands of children buried in the garden of this was like this monastery with nuns and priests because
Mm,
the children was abused. So when everything that is charitable, that they are very good institutions, they have to check and to show if everything is okay. They should put cameras. They should give us more the possibility to check on them, because when a child goes inside of these institutions organization, you don't know nothing about them anymore.
yeah, it goes so much deeper. I see so many layers.
Yeah.
It's like a pie with multiple layers. And so imagine they're working all together, all the systems, SSP. They want children mind fractured, abused. So they would let church abuse because there's a contract in between all these institutions. Yeah, okay, abuse those children, part of them will take, in our programs because they're strong, they're powerful, they survived your abuse. Those who didn't survive, they're buried, like you said, or whatever, discarded. That's how they treat us. They treat us like we treat animals, you know. And there's more to it, and then it comes to kids are born with different genetic abnormalities because they were already connected to some beings who made them in to have that condition because they're perfect for their medical research, underground facilities. So our system is all connected, so we have to break all the chains together. I feel like just by surveilling them, we just not gonna happen anything. So we have to clear up the SSP projects. We have to clear up, destroy the medical system. Money system has to be changed. Everything.
Um,
That's
yeah, yeah, sorry, Dave, carry
no,
on.
go ahead. No, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Um, I can see the truth will come out because this conflict and despair will be, exposed in the world. But the children in the border, they go into a place where is a mountain,
Hmm.
and there is a firm. I mean, I'm not against triangles, obviously, the shape, but there is a place in the north where the children go first. When
Moon
they
orphanage
is
that
a
they reconstructed. They
yeah.
kind of like changed it up. I don't see reptilians and nannies anymore there. I see
Mm.
human ones there.
So I want to try
There's a
to
second one
connect.
too.
Yeah, where exactly? I can see it's in the north.
Hmm.
The where they send them first, them, and then they there is a distribution.
Center, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few of those distribution centers.
Sounds to
Oh
me
yeah.
remind me, the guy that I even forget always his name because for me it's nothing, is zero. The guy that apparently killed himself, the big
Oh.
scandal. Uh,
No.
there was food for these reptilians, yeah, to do everything with them. All the
Mm-hmm.
depraved, sort of pleasure for these bored, rich people, which
Mm,
they basically brainwash them like it's normal to do that. Is for some people they quite very very strong informations, but still we don't know what's happening in this island. Still they keep secret. Why?
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a huge shock. Imagine if a person who's
And there
brainwashed in
and
the
there are
matrix.
there are other places like this island. Not only this was just one.
Islands, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
over the place. That's where they do all their dirty shadow stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. And we looked at them islands before. They all definitely look cleaned up now. I guess you'd say controlled by white hats is, I guess, the term we try to use. All in that same area. 'Cause remember, China B even had one, and we looked at that, and it was cleaned up. It's been a while since we looked at that. You want to look at them while we're thinking about that, Oksana? And
Hmm. Yeah, I don't. The name of the island is China B.
no, I just used that instead of using his real name. The
I
fake,
know. I
yeah,
know. I get it.
of
I
course
see
you do.
something already. There's it's like four or five. I think it's five underground layers. And there's like a cave system goes like all around it under the water floor.
It connects the islands, right?
Yeah, like a map.
Is there a volcano?
I don't see a volcano there. Volcano there. I just see it's like a ranch was a big fence. I do see horses there, some ponies or whatever that is. And I see there like a lot of furniture out. It's almost like somebody's moving out and moving in, something like this. But I get a feeling they're gonna create some. It's like a healing center almost. They're gonna start doing that with those islands because energetically they're very strong. If you disconnect from the energies of the underground bases where they do all kinds of experiments and
Nasty
that's
things,
gonna
yeah.
be like a huge high energy spot for anybody, and especially children, to recuperate and to uh, put their fragments of their fragmented minds together and, you know, heal heal them psychologically, mentally, emotionally, all this. Yeah.
So you're seeing good things going on at these let's just call them islands plural.
Well, in one of these islands, there I feel there will be soon a earthquake or a collapse of buildings. And in this one of these islands, this is where you can give a clue where all these traffics are. But I feel that something's about to happen. I wasn't sure about the volcano, but it can be an earthquake, something. It can be these little islands because I can see the tower, something is collapsing, shaking,
Uh, I know
and
what you
then
see.
the
The
rich
moving of
people, this
continents.
beautiful spa, these beautiful retreats, we can call.
Yeah.
Oh, you're calling it moving of continents, Oksana? Is what you're
Yeah, because
thinking?
I see him shifting. Yeah. I see like Canada getting warmer
Mm,
and more connected to the US. Yeah, I see that. But
yeah.
it's gonna take time and it's also the collective decision because when we are in charge of how to reconfigure it back and in direct um, symbiotic relationship with the Mother Earth, so it'll be different because we'll be able to do that pretty quickly with our minds at a collective level. Because they are, we're gonna, I mean, when they take off all these devices that they control the weather with,
Hmm.
I mean, it's of all the winter, it's artificially created. The
Yes.
of course the ice is gonna melt because I mean it's not supposed to be there. It's covering up a lot of their labs and underground stuff and information is in the ice, is in the water. It has to
Hmm.
come out, you know, it has to cover the earth and shed the light on everything because that's what it is. It's energy, it's high energy ice too. It's water carries information, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they say we can move mountains, they're not kidding. That's not a like a myth. We can do it.
We can move continents, yep, easily.
Yes. Yeah. And when everybody figures this out, oh boy, we're in for some good times.
Right. Yeah, and some of the mountains are fake, totally. Inside there's like military bases. I mean, most of them are.
Yeah. The one in Colorado, the big one they got there.
Oh boy, I've been there before in one of the sessions. They have like the biggest buffet of humans there for
Mm.
reptilians to eat. It's just, it's crazy. It's like a big freezer kind of. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, so we got a clue that there are places that they look beautiful. Because I have this, the word it says is material, spiritual prosperity. So material, where is money, spiritual, where is church, where they are
The fake
this
spiritual, like,
institution that they are
right?
doing everything good, and prosperity, where you can see this beautiful land. So west for sure, you're right, Oksana. Yeah, you can see that this is the world what they see from
Mm,
outside. And yes, I can see there is this says as well the choose wisely when we go into these places where all these institutions are involved. Not only because you maybe witness or maybe you don't, but you are part of to make them feel alive, to be part of the traffic of the children in the borders. P- People they should always ask questions, okay, and choose wisely. This is mean. Are you still going to a real paradise?
mm, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
And there are different artificial paradises they created, as we know.
yeah.
You know, go to 5D or aliens are coming and take you somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah, all this stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right? All this. But it seems like these veils are just like being one at a time. They're just kind of like being ripped off and like thrown aside. And
Mm-hmm.
how many veils is there? That's the question. Like there's many, right?
Right. Yeah, because we're clearing up this 3D Earth basically. So if we just went zoom to 5D, I mean, who's gonna clean up this mess?
Yeah,
So of course we'll slowly progress and go higher, but it's up to you where you're gonna go after this life. I mean, I'm gonna be gone, others are gonna come back. Depends.
yeah, and it takes time. I guess as humans, we think we should just turn the light switch on and everything's good. It's bright in here. It might be bright, but what kind of light is it, right? You know, there's
Right. Yeah,
this.
I always look like at it and I see like a carpet of cement and metal that we're rolling up slowly. And when it's rolled up completely, that the real, true, natural Earth emerges. Look at other planets. They usually build to not to touch nature. If they build a center on the planet, it's kind of blends in into nature and part of it. It's not that cover everything with concrete and push all the little habitant in those birds and rabbits and out of the city because we're the kings here and queens.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
yeah.
wrong. It's the opposite of what should be. We should be asking permission of animals. Hey, we're gonna be living like a big family. Let's do that. We're giving each other love and love from the planet and to each other and back. But
I
yeah,
heard that Zachariah Stitchin.
Yes.
what is this?
I just put to my Google Translate because I says I don't want to pronounce, the
Oh,
Italian style, Zaccaria. Zacharian Sitchin. It's popping up a lot in my mind, because this
Hmm.
says we are basically hybrids and we are basically some reptilians. um, and that his theories and his information, they're quite interesting, for my opinion. And that makes sense for certainly things that are happening now, because this says, remember, you guys, we come from the future, no, we come from the past. So
Hmm.
always the theory that you have, Oksana, basically makes sense. So yeah, these guys come is like in my mind, like, have a
mm,
look, guys, read the book, and make on your mind, because we have a lot clues left in still in the planet, lot traces.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we why we have why the church or this organization, they're completely against. They call them satanism because apparently Enki was Satan,
Hmm.
and there is the body, but who's the real body here?
yeah,
And I just say this in a very neutral way. Yeah, I don't. This is the way. But my mind is always open to see everywhere at 90 degrees.
yeah,
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, every information, every book has at least 10% of truth.
Hmm.
So it's not that, some people are against him or against some other um, people who try to deliver the truth. I mean, they may be interfered, but you can filter it through, and it only makes sense to understand the human nature. The human nature is not completely 100 human, like you said.
Mm,
We're all hybrids
mm.
mixed up with other races, and also in the body container they put this reptilian brain. So when you wake up, you have to really watch your thoughts and emotions and your desires, because some of them, this way you can shut your reptilian brain and turn it off.
This is why, connecting with what your daughter Marina says, why human they don't like themselves and they won't transform this with these big lips,
Hmm.
the
Or
Botox and
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not judgmental, guys, but I feel that we need to give more respect to our body instead to destroying with this all this
Yeah.
especially
Get
the
look of
lips.
the
When you
beauty
see
of it.
somebody is as did some work, just check the lips. And lips are they have a very it's connected with the mouth, with expression who to you are. People they work with the lips. They can say anything they want.
Yeah.
Mm.
They something is going on with them. Something really not only because they don't accept the body, but something etherical is working. There is basically cloning. This is a cloning effect. Something is they are expressing. It's like if I have an emotional trauma, the emotional trauma expressing in a pain on the stomach. Okay, memory. Oh, memory of a car crash, stomach ache. Somebody is cloning, like these people, they work in their body. You can see from lips, some they are doing a clone already. You can see, it's a clue. What do you think, Oksana?
Yeah, I feel that these are the matrix programs, and I always tell my children, respect the container you're in. That's what you were creators. That's your sculpture, and it's just a vehicle for you, really, to do something good in this world. And it's it's you created it. You have to respect it, and it's natural. It's beautiful. Why would you? Plus,
Mm,
the chemicals they put in every substance that they
Mm.
use for this neurotoxin, Botox, or other things. Like, why would you really, if you really awaken, as they say, like, why would you do it? But yeah, it gives me a clue. I'm not judging anybody. It just kind of means that the
mhm.
person needs to work on this particular aspect. I mean, I'm working on myself every day. I have stuff to work on for sure
Oh yeah.
too,
Don't
and
we all?
until the very end of my life. But I'm just kind of like how your body looks, how you talk, how you express yourself always gives clues about people,
Yeah.
how they act after behind the scenes also,
In
you
fact,
know.
if you see when they're aging, people that they had a lot of work with their faces, they are. They see aliens. They can see they look aliens. I mean, this is my theory. I'm not judgmental. I don't want to criticize anybody that works.
It's
That make like.
unfortunately a matrix program that they took
But
on.
these people, I would like just to ask them to ask them what is going on. Check what is going on inside of you. Have a chat with yourself. Why you want to change?
Yeah.
Because I
Mhm,
don't like why you don't like yourself.
mhm.
Go to within. I say that all the time.
And that is the clones when they start to one, two, three, and then
Right,
because every time because your DNA is this one and it's another you, but you are changing, but it's always you. But even if you cut off a piece of nose or lips, uh, it's emotional. It's quite deep.
right. It's a deep problem, and you can't change it by changing the surface.
It's like a
Hmm.
car, yeah, like Italian what you call utilitaria. It's the typical short, car that
Right,
you
right.
go to work and you put a engine of a Ferrari.
Ferrari engine.
Bang,
It
the
zooms by.
bang, all the
Fiat,
electrode, yeah,
jokes
the
in Italian
Fiat, yeah.
about it. Yeah,
Are you guys ready for the next thing? Kind of, sort of.
yeah, yeah.
So Oksana's kind of looked at this already. I think we all have. But what do you see happening in Dallas, Texas? Uh, Actually, specifically the 2nd of November, which is 12 days, I think now. Do you see a
Excited about
parade?
people.
Do you see secret things going on? A lot of people are going there.
Surface level, yes. By the way, I see this on top, people gathering together, laughing, some banners, something like this. But it's all positive, feels positive. But it's a distraction at the surface level for something's being cleared up, done there, some contracts to sign, some new things to be done. But you have to distract the negative forces because the negative forces always look at the gatherings to siphon energy from them. So they're going to be preoccupied with that while the white hats will be doing something else. That's what I really feel. But it looks
Mm,
like a bright white light to me.
wow.
And
Mm,
they would try to cause some disturbance.
Yeah.
I see like a figure, a shadow figure that would try to make it into from a peaceful into a, let's beat everybody up and kind of
Yeah.
like
He's a
talk about it in the
politician.
media.
Sounds a politician, a party, political party gathering.
Yeah, the
I see the
guys.
flags, USA flags, lot colors, and then somebody try to put disturbance like they are fascists. Everything. You see, this is the
Right.
death. They try to kill this gathering. This is the
Mhm.
anger man. They try to poison this party.
Exactly. Yeah, as always, they would say that, look, they're bad ones, they're attacking each other.
Mhm.
right. Yeah. So, I mean, do you see? We know 45 is going to be there, but that don't mean we're going to see him uh, while we're physically there.
It's
That.
not really him, yeah.
Mm,
They don't do this in person. They're gonna be underneath signing some contracts, and I see like a big table with people around. Negotiation.
mm,
It's a distraction. I mean, they put all the media, public eye in this event, but the people they are meeting is in another place.
They're coming from all over the world, those people.
Yeah.
Representatives of different structures because they're trying to disassemble the structure. Structure has lots of layers and floors like a building. Uh,
Deception there's a deception behind this gathering.
mhm. Unfortunately, these gatherings in 3D, there's always like for energy, for distraction, for deception. Um, and like in a group of people, there's always somebody who's trying to poison. That's why in this, what I see is like two, three people is max usually, as working together and putting pieces together and working out a plan. When you got more people, there can be infiltration happening, but because that's a matrix program that they can turn on in people, and influence,
yeah.
unfortunately that's the truth.
I have this always the church. I have something here, but I have both of them. You see, in this case, this card is, the priestess, the high priest. Is there any sort of, many, I heard with the news that behind some political parties, this the church organization,
Mm.
and I think because they are very powerful, this is what they look like a gathering, political and spiritual.
Right. Yeah, because they infiltrated, and actually, the good guys know who are infiltrating, but
Mm,
they pretend they don't.
Right.
That's what I see all the time.
Yeah.
mm,
That's another reason things take so long. It's like an evolution, right?
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
go from horseback to driving cars in 6 months.
Right.
It
Yes,
takes
it's
time.
mhm.
right. Exactly. It's like with Mr. T. I see that he discovered, and he knew, he's smart, that a lot of his high consultants and very close people were betrayers too.
Oh
So.
yeah, absolutely. He knew they were scumbags, uh, and he gave them some rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
I trust you. I trust you. Yeah,
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 when in reality, he's the one who's pulling them out.
Yeah, he's pretty smart guy, that's for sure.
Mm,
Well, uh, remember, we kind of know he's going to be there somewhere, but that don't mean people's going to see him publicly. That's a big difference, right? Talking about
yeah,
Dallas.
probably in the car with dark windows and suspecting that's him, escorted by some other cars, opening the window, car to car, things like that. It's gonna be a mystery. I feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's kind of a parade thing that I was asking about, kind of, sort of. You know, not
Yeah.
necessarily a planned parade, but a parade of black SUVs with blacked out windows. That's a parade to us. Yeah.
Right.
Uh, okay. If you got enough time, if you two both have enough time, do you want to look at the power of the sun real quick? Like the thing's like been turned up by a dial and it's super bright. We see anomalies with like two suns up there next to each other and all kinds of weird anomalies.
Mm.
Merging. So there's sun portal. It's very well protected. This one is very high frequency. No low vibrational beings can come through it. But that's what we as creators created up there to make sure that we can exit this universe no matter what happens. Because when you deal with an AI virus, it has a mind of its own, and you never know how exactly it's going to act and which timeline we're going to end up. But right now, I feel like it's a non-return point to any negative timeline, even though they'll continue to scare us with those.
Yeah.
And what we see is the sun is being activated, but because it's its own decision at a soul level, and because it's being brighter, there's it's like I see the energies in between, because that sun as an entity knows that we have a fake sun, and because that sun is bright and like much higher energy right now to burn through the all the domes of the earth and the major one and the layers, this one is being activated to shadow it more. So
Mm,
it's like a domino effect, you know. They say, ah, something's happening with the real original sun, and we have to turn this one up also. But you also get like days like this when they just put fog all over the place, and oh, you know, the rain and skies are gray. And that's when I see that they're doing a lot of portal openings and going back and forth, because that's perfect for them when there's no sun.
yeah.
Mm.
It's true. Fact, they're trying to steal the power of the sun, and they're trying to split in two. This
Mm.
is why we have a fake one, a clone sun, and you can see they are something is splitting in two, and the magician they're using already experiments even with the sun, which for us is impossible because how they can even get close. But the technology, I feel that they send them some. Uh, I felt like special machinery with uh, like a metal that is never burn. I don't know if it makes sense to you because I
Yeah, I
see
understand. Yeah.
I see the sun here with a death card, um, and I feel they did something already.
Mm,
They did something to the sun. This is why even the ultravioletto, how you call, the
Ultraviolet.
ultraviolet is they are changed. It's different.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's a split. I feel a split in the sun.
yeah, it makes sense. And also, like every session, every planet I look at, they don't have the clouds. They really
Mm,
don't have the days like this today.
mm,
It's always sunny. I only see atmosphere like on Mars, bright blue, no clouds.
Mm,
So it tells you that the clouds are fake. They're kind of like
created created by man.
cloaking. Yeah, cloaking their spaceships and covering the sun up and their activity, what they're doing there.
I mean,
But they
we'll
can't
probably
get into the sun portal. The original one is not. I
not
mean, I know
accessible.
we can go there at soul level, yeah, but I go there. It's beautiful. It's like a golden city in there. It's
Mm.
in the golden light.
Are you talking about the one in the center of the galaxy?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
the one. That's why, did you notice how churches, I mean, in Ukraine, it's every church on top, it's covered with gold, real gold,
Hmm.
not blend of gold, but 100%. And there's little tiles of it piled up. And that's kind of like because it represents the power of the original central sun. So
Yeah,
they stole the power into the church institution from it. But that should be our power, not the fake
it's
one on the roofs.
right. Yeah, yeah. This it's all going to be ours again soon.
Mm.
Uh, I guess one more thing that I've been thinking about. A lot of people's still seeing some spraying, but the words that I get, it's the hydroxy stuff, the good stuff, um, the chemtrails. Is that what you two are seeing? Even in Chicago there?
I see little tiny bubbles translucent, and when my children see them, I see the pathogens and different. It's like an experimentation, and I notice like my own body reacts. Like I get a sore throat, or a lot of my friends complain about in different states
Hmm.
allergic reactions, and it's always the throat involved. See how they're trying to shut us up with the throat being you can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the plan, but also make you sick. So you go to their institution, they diagnose you with what you know what, and
Mm.
hopefully take your soul or do some experiment on you. So they're dual, but yeah, I notice that when I'm like all day outside, oh yeah, for sure, you feel it.
So you're saying you see some of this going on that's still not necessarily for the good of us. You're kind of seeing some.
Yeah, I still see that. Like I said, the merged timelines and this negative beings are still in some control. Like 30%, they still got it. And that's why, the news and media is still running the old protocol of your negativity news. But at the
Hmm.
same time, look at the, funny shows, Saturday Night and others. I mean, they're
Yeah.
making fun of the media.
Oh
What
yeah.
they're what they're telling people, hysterical stuff. So, I feel kind of which one do you choose? Do you choose the positive or the negative?
You got a choice.
Right.
Do you think that as well? Because I saw this, I felt like what they did trying to do with the sun is affecting with the melting ice.
Yeah, it's like a result, it's like a side effect because our original sun is I see like it's kind of like accelerating in power, and it's like you're running and you're this close to the finish line, but you have to pull yourself together just to make it. And sometimes you have this amazing power, like a mother saving a child from under the car. You can lift it up and you don't know how you
Hmm.
did it. That's what the sun is doing, but they're trying to shadow it with fake clouds, and the fake sun being also super bright because they created this power line in between two.
Mm.
This one's hitting that one too, like blocking, trying to block it. But there's nothing can block it. It's a power game right now. It's gonna be for, few months here. But that's what we experience. And it's inside of us. Do you feel sometimes anxiety? Do you feel like something's off? But that's what's off. It's like the scale up and down like a seesaw,
Yeah.
constantly.
Mm.
Maybe that's why I feel something one day. I feel something, and then yeah,
Switches to.
yeah, yeah. It's like a roller coaster,
Yeah,
at
like
least.
yesterday. Woke up with such a good mood, high energy, and then towards the day, I was like, I'm so tired.
Me too. Yeah, it's crazy. Uh, well, I mean that's it. I'm good with that. If you ladies are, I know we've been on here a while. I think people need to start thinking about humanitarian projects. Start grouping together now, so when these finances get released for that reason, you're going to be ready instead of being unprepared. So people, we got a small humanitarian group on Telegram. Um, I don't let I try not to let anything get posted on there, but humanitarian things, and that's a task all on it by itself. You know, I
Yeah.
don't care about China B. I don't want his crap on that page or nothing. This is just humanitarian stuff.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. And a lot of people have the same ideas about healing centers and things like that, and they think they're the only ones who have them, but no, a lot of us do. And
Mhm.
yes,
we're going to be
Ye-
united at some point by these ideas.
Actually, we can create our a retreat in our homes, our beautiful space of peace, of connection. Everybody has this power. We don't need to go to the other side of the world to find yourself. Yourself
right.
is everywhere because we are travelers anyway. Any
Right.
places, yeah.
Yeah.
When we go to physical places only because we are obviously we are ready to go to this place.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
funny you say that because we were talking about empaths last night on a chat, and I'm like,
Mhm.
everybody's an empath and everybody's this, everybody's that. You just got to practice to get to that level. We all
Yes.
have that gifts, if you want to call them that. That's we all have it. Yeah,
Right. For sure. Yeah.
I'm no
You just
better
have
than
to.
you, and you're no better than me. We all
Mhm.
have it. We all have the possibility. It's up to you
Right.
to
Yeah.
channel into that, right?
You just have
Mhm.
to master your physical mind that always tries to block you and tell you
Oh,
don't believe yourself and things like that. You're not capable. Yeah. Take
yeah,
control of it, and nobody would but you.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't wake me up. I mean, you can't make me see what's on the moon. I have to see it. I mean, yeah, you
You
can,
can feel it. You can know it. You don't
yeah,
have to see it.
yeah, for sure. Well, I'm good
Definitely.
with that, ladies. Are you good with that then?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Dave. Thank Oksana again for this beautiful journey with you guys.
Well, thank you, and
Thanks to both of you.
maybe we'll hit more on this moon slash Mars in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, the just guys check the 23rd, the full moon. If anybody has experience, obviously Dave, me, and Oksana, if everybody wants, write down what's happened. If you guys have goals, desires, anything that is makes you feel good, if you want even the consciousness to, or the third eye to jump inside, just do it. Just you capable, and the moon energy helps.
Hmm.
Definitely.
It's that we just don't give it energy, and it amplifies our energy inside of us, and it doesn't
Hmm.
get taken. We're reversing everything.
Hmm.
Kind of
We have
this
already this energy, but is amplified. Is because when you connect, when it's like when you take the phone, the old phone. Hello.
It's reflected by the moon. I see the moon
Yeah.
like a big mirror. That's what it
Yeah.
is. And the mirror can either be portal and suction, like suck in,
Hmm.
or for me, it's like, no, I'm not giving you energy. I know what you do. Once you know, no luck.
Right. And yeah, once you see, you can't unsee, right? I mean,
Right.
great journey here going on.
Right.
All
Okay,
right.
thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okie dokie. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.
Ciao.